No. Hello, everyone. My name is Uma, and I am one of the facilitators of the sexological bodywork course. And I'm here with Izabela, who was one of our students and did both the first year and the second year certificate with us. And I'm here to ask her a few questions. But first, I'd love for you to introduce yourself to us, Izabela.
I'm Izabela. I'm a native of Poland. Currently, I'm working as a psychologist, psychotherapist, and sexologist. But most of my work actually is sexological bodywork right now.
Great.
And I'm crazy about Africa. If that's just kind of adds to it.
Did these two come together at all?
Not yet. However, I do have some ideas, and I hope it will kind of merge at some point.
Okay. Yeah. I'd love to hear them once, they come to fruition. And so you come from the discipline of psychotherapy and sexology, and you've come to study with us a few years ago now. And I'd love to hear from you, what motivated you to come and do the training?
Well, it's a long story, so I'll try to make it short, just for the listeners. I've been working in the field for about, I would say now, which is about 17 years or so. I started as just a mainstream psychology, psychotherapy degree, and I was working with the clients when I realized that something is not quite working because we just never have time or space actually to ask about their sexual beings, their sexual encounters in the world, and how they perceive their sexuality and what sexuality does to them, or how they perceive the world through their sexuality. So I started kind of developing certain interests in just mainstream sexological field, but I just thought, nah, something is not working. Alongside, parallel to that, I've been having my own personal journey to actually go back to certain things that happened to me in life in a positive way. Actually, they did happen in Africa. So it was about the body, about the sexuality. And so when I started working with that for myself, I realized what amazing resource there is. And not only just strictly to work with sexuality, but also to work with different kinds of difficulties that we encounter every day practically. So when I was combining that, I realized that yet again there is another ingredient missing, and that means the body. I had my own tantra journey, my own personal tantra journey, or body journey, I rather call it. And so I said, okay, so how do I do that? How do I put all the pieces together into one direction of healing, really, for many people? It was a healing journey. And then at some training or other, for us, the workshop junkies, I'm sure you can relate, that there's some training, someone says something very important, and it was just an offhand, really, off the cuff kind of comment. Somebody said, oh, well, with everything that you're talking about, the sexuality and the healing and how passionate you are, I mean, you should probably check out the sexological bodywork. I've just heard about it and it seems like it's fit for you. And I said, what? What is that? So, of course, I started Googling. Not much to Google then. So I said, okay, I'm just going to write emails to people who actually have like names connected with sexological bodywork. That's how I got in touch with Joseph Kramer. And he right away, after I wrote like really lengthy email, and I'm not really big on writing. So when I wrote this email and I just kind of, spilled my heart, and he said, well, in few sentences, he gave me direction what to do, basically. He didn't empathize too much. I mean, I love Joseph, but, he didn't empathize too much. He just say, okay, you need to do this, 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 and that. And say, oh, okay. I guess that was it.
And then you got to us, and we were so lucky to have you. Really, really.
Well, thank you. I was so lucky to actually have this journey ending like that.
So I'm curious about what it was like for you to take the training. What was it like for you to go, to actually be on that journey?
Yeah, that's a whole different story. As it sounded so far, it was just really nice, and just kind of according to the calling, or whatever we would say. But I mean, the whole training was really exciting for me on many levels, but it was extremely difficult at the same time too, because I've been busy with work, obviously. I did have some personal struggles along the way, meaning during the first module of training. And then the intensive, I got really sick, as you remember. Yeah. And I was totally out of it, but I participated as much as I could. And later working with the clients, just, implementing the knowledge for the last part of the training, and then just being certified and just working with real bodies and real people. I don't think I can find words actually to say what that means for me now. Because now every day with the clients, I see what change it makes when I just with the simple techniques that we learn, that we try on ourselves as well. I know how it feels to try these things, and working with different issues with all sorts of clients, even going to the to like a business world, and trying to give those ideas to people about the relaxation, about how body works, how trauma works, how stress works on our bodies, and what impact it makes on our sexuality. It's just absolutely priceless, and I cannot really, I cannot imagine myself now not doing it. Because I would be totally, as a professional, but I think also as a person, I would be somehow feeling like I lack something.
Yeah. So it feels like the sexological bodywork program just was the missing link in all your body of knowledge.
Yeah, it was a missing link, and I know that now. And of course, finishing the second level gave me totally different perspective on many things. And when I speak to people now, the assurance I have of the journey, but also the testimonials of my clients, and also of the hundreds of people around the world that we meet through our peers. It's I mean, I don't really find words in any language that I would know, seriously. I mean, you have to do it, to know. But I also understand that this is not for everybody.
Yeah, like what would you say to someone who might be thinking of doing the course?
I'd say take it. See for yourself if it's for you. It might not be for you. Don't get discouraged, because you have a body, so it probably is for you.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time today. Lots of love.
My pleasure.